Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh, yeah.
And we're live. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, this is Guille from the band Mind the Fury. How are you
Thank
today?
you. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
So, what does Mind of Fury mean to you?
Um, well, it means a lot because, first of all, it's my band with the other two guys, Mike and Henry. We have formed like a kind of a family, and basically, it means a lot because it's where I put my music. I write songs and put all my energy or all my heart and soul in it. So it means quite a lot. It's my art. It's my purpose in life. That's basically that.
Well, I had the old one.
So, I want to talk about a few of your songs here and see where your mind was going when you wrote these.
All right.
Screaming in Silence.
Screaming in Silence is a song about a soldier that is afraid to die.
Were you in?
Like he's going through a lot every day when he goes to the battlefield and thinking it's not going to come back and is afraid to die, and basically is not allowed to show that he's afraid and scared to death. So that's why he's screaming in silence.
Were you ever in the military?
No, but you can imagine how could that be,
Yeah.
don't you?
No, the reason I was asking because some of your songs is military based. That's why I figured to ask.
Yeah, but you have to understand that the music, not the lyrics. I write backwards. Maybe I write the music first.
Okay.
So that will determine the rest of the songs, the theme of a song. So basically, when I came up with the riff, I felt that it was like a marching thing. So I thought it came to me that has to be about soldiers, stuff like that. And it's kind of the chord progressions and everything are kind of minor and obscure. So that
And your other song, I would die for you. Who's that about?
that's a song about love. Even though probably I don't know, it came to be about that. It's not military at all. It's about love. When you can't, stop thinking about somebody else.
Okay, so I thought there was a theme going there. That's what I was asking.
No, it's a theme. It's about love. It's
Yeah.
about being in love with a woman.
So I saw you played December 8th with Jeter. How did that show go?
Was good. Was good. Was really nice to play an hour and a half show. It was great to share the stage with the fans and everything was great. And Jerry was a great band as well, so it was a good feeling. Definitely.
All right, so here's some fun questions here. Well, not really fun, but personally, what do you want to leave as your legacy as a person?
My music, my songs. You know, that's what I'm gonna leave behind when I die. You know, other people. I don't know if you're an architect or something like that. You will leave buildings, or you're an artist, your paintings, or that's what I'm gonna leave. You know, my songs.
So what do you do when you have writer's block?
Writer's block.
Yeah.
I just keep on doing it. Just keep on working it. Basically, I don't force myself to write. For example, we just finished and we just released their new album. I already have like 7 new songs, but the way how I work, it's like I play every day. I play a lot, and you know, sometimes you're playing and something comes up, so I grab my phone, I record the riff, and then I don't know, when I feel like it, I work on it. So basically, I have a bunch of ideas, and then I select whatever is most exciting to me, like riff wise, and I work on them. And one thing leads to the other, and I don't know. After some time, I have a group of songs that become an album, and I write the lyrics inspired in what the music tells me what to write about, and I'm done. So it's not like for example, I know the other people that they, for example, finish an album and then they play it live and go on tour or something like that. And then they come back and they have, like, I don't know, 3 weeks to write a song, write a whole album, 10 songs. I don't work like that. I just, you know, keep on working all the time, but with time. So I'm done with an album and I already have ideas for the next one. So that's the way I work. And basically, the way I work is I record something and then step back and look it as a producer, not as the guy that plays the guitar. So I listen to it and work in a demo. I do some drums, put the bass on it, maybe add some keyboards, sing melodies and stuff like that. And then once I do that, step back again and look like, for example, I don't know, a motorcycle builder. They do a drawing.
Yeah.
And then they put the bike together. But meanwhile, they're working on the bike, they start to modifying it because they are able to see it physically in the world. So when you can see or hear, in this case, and you step back and you look at it as a listener, this will work better like this and that. So once you have like that ready to go, I work with the other guys to make it better, a better product. So for example, with Mickey, the bass player, we work together and we work together on the bass parts. And the same thing with the drums. What's the best for the song? No, what's best for the player. So that what can work better, what is a good arrangement that is not going to interfere with the vocals, but it's going to shine in itself. It's going to make the song, you know, more interesting to the listener. So that's the way you know, instead of sometimes other bands, they jam. And when you're jamming, the feeling is different. You know, it's like you're there in the moment and you record something, and then after that, you step back and, oh God. Or somebody else will tell them, no, change this and that, so we can work better. You know?
So do you guys practice every week or every other?
No, every week. Every week. We practice every week. We get together. We go through the songs, through all of our catalog. Basically, what we have a long set, like an hour and a half show that includes songs from our 3 albums. and we go through that. And if we have, and depending on the show that we have, we make a set list according to what the time that we have. For example, the 45-minute show, from those an hour and a half, instead of trying to go through something very powerful to kick in a show and then go through all these emotions. Meanwhile, you're playing an hour and a half show. When it's a 45-minute show, you gotta go. You don't have too much time to go through develop with the crowd something. You gotta show them that you're energetic, that you can create a strong emotion, something that they will remember. So you gotta try to go more direct instead of going through probably basically a 45-minute show of a half an hour show. We're not gonna contain a ballad or a slow song because there's no time to go through the
motions. Yeah.
The emotions. So
what do you think is your staple song that you have to play every night that everybody wants?
Oh, that's a difficult. But probably now it's I would say "Screaming in Silence." It had become one of the most popular songs.
Is that's your closing song normally?
No, that's the one that we start with.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, but for example, our more hardcore fans, I think it's "Holding On." That's the one that has to be on the seventh. That was our first single ever. And that one is funny, but that song on YouTube doesn't have like too many views.
No, it doesn't.
It has like 2,800 or something like that. But on Facebook had like 150,000.
I never understand what do you call it? Even on my end, I'm looking at it and I'm like, one day I'm happy, one day I'm not. Like it just goes up and down.
Yeah, but I don't know. That one on Facebook, maybe because at the time, that was 2017. If you shared your video like a YouTube link, the algorithm didn't even bother to show it to nobody else.
Yeah.
And on Facebook, when like we upload the video on Facebook and it went like wildfire, like everybody's sharing it and putting comments and likes and stuff like that. So
I know it's probably a hard question, but lyrically wise, what do you think is your best lyric you've ever written at this point?
Ooh, that's difficult to answer, really. But probably, I don't know. Now You're Falling from the second album, The Fire.
Okay.
That song, it's about basically karma. But whatever you do, it will come back. Basically, it's about that. All my songs or whatever I write are because of something that happened to me or something that I was, not involved, but I was able to see how other people interact with each other, So, for example, that song, I was able to see a lot of, some person that he was like always talking behind the back of others in front of me. And of course, I thought, this guy is stabbing me in the back too.
Yeah.
And being able to see his situation as a human, like from the outside, and all the shit that is happening in his life is bad too. So I don't know in English exactly what's like the saying, but it's whatever you throw out there comes back or comes back around or something like that. Like the action and reaction thing. So if you're out of your mouth is a lot of shit coming out, that will come back to you and bite you in the ass. So basically, kind of deep, I guess.
If you could play any venue in the world, which one would it be?
Well, I would love to play here in Orlando at the Citrus Bowl, the stadium here.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
So, what band got you into music?
The Beatles first. The Beatles. My dad was a huge Beatles fan. So when I was very, very young, like almost a baby or something, that was the first thing I listened to, the Beatles. And I became a fan too. And that got me into like play music. But that was the first big impact.
Do you still own your first guitar?
No. Sadly, no. My first acoustic, I traded for a bass that I don't have anymore either. And my first electric guitar, I traded it for something else. But I still have the second one that my dad gave me.
Okay.
And I still use it live.
Nice.
It's a 1983 Fender Strat. It has 30 years.
If money was not an option, which guitar would you pick up next?
Something like this. This is actually, this was a dream come true to me. This is it's a DC custom guitar. It's based in Boston. But the good thing about it is that it's my signature model, and it's what I wanted, what I envisioned. All my life, I was like my favorite guitar is a Fender Stratocaster. I was always into the Strat. But it came to me that the idea to have my own thing. So basically, I took a Fender Strat, took the pickguard off, took the middle pickup off, the tone knobs out, add the Floyd Rose, and the scallop neck, and one volume knob. And that's what I wanted to have. So when I met Dean Kishone, the owner of the company, said, "Oh, okay, I can." We met at a NAMM show in 2018. We were contacting each other for a long time, but we actually met in person. And he was like, "Dude, I can build you whatever you want to." So he built me this, and I actually have another one over there, black one, exactly as this one. And at the moment, as we speak, he's building me another one.
So, what do you feel about guitars that have no neck?
No head.
No head. I meant. Well, I don't know why I said neck. Yeah, no head.
They're weird.
Thank you. I'm not the only one. I think they're kind of weird.
Yeah, I remember, I don't know, in the early 90s, I had the opportunity to play one, and it was like, whoa, something's missing. So, well, I wasn't an expert, a very good guitar player then, but it felt weird that it was so small, because something like this. And every time I was going to play an F or something, my hand fell off I don't like it. I don't. Those modern guitars with the crazy shape and they look like shit, and they have the frets like kind of weird. Aesthetically, I don't like them. I'm more a classic player. I'd rather have a guitar like this or Les Paul, an SG, an Explorer maybe. Something.
You don't like Gibson?
Yeah. I like Gibson, but I like better the sound of a single coil. I can get a good riffing sound with a single coil. I don't know if you can hear this, but I like the single coil better. But yeah, I like Les Pauls and SG, Explorer. Basically, I'm a classic player. I like Gibsons and Fenders. ESPs are good too. Jacksons, but I'm not a fan of Ibanez or some other brands. But in my collection, I only have Strats and this.
All right, I'm gonna let you pick your own festival, dead or alive. You
What was
have three. I'm gonna let you pick your own festival, dead or alive.
All right.
You had 3 days.
Oh. Wow. What bands I should have on the lineup?
Yeah, your own lineup. 3-day festival.
Ooh. Ah.
And of course, you're on the bill, so you can
Well,
get that out of the equation.
All right, I would have Metallica, Pantera, Megadeth, Symphony X, Yngwie Malmsteen, Europe, Halloween, Gamma Ray, Angra from Brazil, Sag Wild, Black Label Society, Marty Friedman. What else? That would come to mind. Like, yeah, I must have the festival. Yeah, that would be cool.
Would you throw any locals on there?
Any local bands?
Yeah.
Out of Darkness comes to mind. A friend of ours that we play many times with them. Rise Up Angry from here in Orlando, Florida too. Rebirth from Tampa. That would be cool. I think they would fit. Iron Maiden would be a good one. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Judas Priest.
It'd probably sell out in 2 days.
Yeah, Primal Fear. That's another one that I really like. Awesome band. Yeah, that would sell out immediately, I think.
Since the holiday time is coming, what do you do for the holidays?
Family. Spend the days with them. But nothing crazy, I don't go to travel or doing kind of stuff. Just stay at home and have a nice dinner. Stuff like that.
What was that one gift that you wanted for Christmas that you never got?
Never got a drum set. When I was a kid, yeah, I wanted a drum set. It never happened.
Can you play now?
Yeah, I can play. I'm not amazing. I'm good. I think I'm pretty decent. But I always wanted a drum kit. But that's why I play guitar, because I always like, Dad, I want a drum kit. I want a drum kit. It never happened. So, what about a friend of mine? He got a guitar, acoustic. He started playing, and okay, what about an acoustic guitar? Would you? Okay, he gave me an acoustic.
Okay.
So that's why I became a guitar player. And well, of course, I play bass. I like to play bass. I like to play guitar. Drums is something like I look like a hobby of mine. I really like. I would love to be amazing drummer.
But if you're able, God forbid something happened and you had to fill in, could you?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be like. For example, I wouldn't be able to play Megadeth.
No, but I'm saying out of your own material, would you be able to?
Oh no, no,
No.
no. I can play the songs in my head.
Okay.
I can. I don't know. When I come up with a new song or something, I'm really good at programming drums to have like an idea how it would sound and stuff like that. But physically, yeah, I'm not that good. Double bass drums, stuff like that. No.
No.
But basic stuff, yeah, could be like, I don't know, probably I could play in Stone Temple Pilots or something like that.
Okay.
Something decent. I know the guy is good. I'm not that good, but I can keep up and play along and everything. You know, maybe I will be good playing the Beatles, stuff like that. Wouldn't be able to play Deep Purple, for example.
So, do you have any advice for anybody that wants to start a band?
Well, basically, if you want to start a band, you want to play in a band, you want to be known for your music, your songs. So your main focus will be that. Of course, it's nice when you're able to play, you have your chops, but that's not the main thing. You know, there's a lot of musicians that are incredible. They're very, virtuosos in their instrument, but you have to have good songs. So the main thing is the song, and on top of that, you can probably show what you're made of. For example, the perfect example of that to me, it's Miss Big. You have incredible musicians there, but the songs are great. You know, the songs are, in my opinion, of course, to me, those songs are great. Mr. Big has amazing songs, and on top of that, they have tasteful musicianship. Probably that's why Mr. Big it's more popular than Racer X. Racer X is an amazing band, but song-wise, it's Mr. Big is better. Well, Gilbert is in both bands, but you know,
Do you think it's easy or not easy to be in two different bands at the same time?
it's difficult. You can't. If you're not the main force in a band, yeah, it's not that difficult. But if you're the main force, like you're the guy that's leading the band, where it has to go, I think it's difficult because you can't. Where your mind is set up is where you go, where you put your energy. So if you put your energy, you can be divided. You're a follower, yeah, you can probably follow two people or two groups of people. But eventually that will, if you're serious about being a musician, eventually that will have, you know, opposite energies. So it's difficult. I think it's difficult. I never been able to do that. Maybe if I'm leading one and following another one, maybe as any like a like a guest or work for somebody, play in a band for somebody, getting paid like, hey man, I want you to be my guitar player, my backing vocal singer, and these are the dates, these are the songs, learn them. These are the new songs that we're gonna record in the album, work on them, and come and record. And if that's my only participation, probably I will do that. But basically, my heart will be on my own thing. You know what I'm saying? is that's the way it is, at least in my how I see it.
What do you feel is the best part about being a musician and the worst part of it?
The best part of it is the energy. When you're playing a gig, a live gig, and you are engaged with the crowd, with the people, and you having that communication, that you're playing your songs, and because you're playing that, it comes back as an energy. Like, wow, people are enjoying themselves. They're singing along the songs, and all the love that you receive from everybody. Sometimes is when they tell you, "Oh man, that song, man, really touched my heart," or I don't know, in some other opportunities, like, "Dude, you really helped me out in this situation with this song," and blah blah blah, stuff like that. That's the best part of it, like, because yeah, you do what you love, you put all your energy, all your love into what you do, and then feel that coming back to you. It's amazing. At least I feel like I'm accomplishing a purpose. You know, it's cool. It's rewarding. It's nice. The worst part of it is when you have to travel, do a gig very far away from home. So get there very early, do the setup, sound check, everything. Basically, then the gig is the best part of it when you play the show, and then you had to pack and drive back home, or drive to the next city, or being away from home. I think that's the downside.
So that's the show is the high point. The low is going to the next stop or being on the road for a while.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard. It's hard to be. I don't know. Imagine that you leave at 12, or you gotta be at 5 somewhere. You get there at 5. You gotta offload all of your gear, set up, do sound check at 6, doors at 8, do the show, finish the show at, I don't know, show at probably start at 8. You leave the venue around, I don't know, you end up the show at 9:30. And then if you're sharing the back line or something with somebody else, you cannot leave until the other band plays. And if it doesn't, you gotta pack everything back. You probably be done around 11 or 12, drive back home, get home at 5 o'clock again. And the next day offload, or maybe go somewhere else. I don't know. So it's kind of brutal. But that's what we love to do, play in front of people, make people happy, entertain. That's the purpose of it, So basically, if you get paid, you get paid because to travel.
Yeah.
With no, looking at the nice scenarios.
So how does that normally work when there's like 4 members of the band and it's the end of the night? Like, how do you split whatever it is, or it's just in the pot?
Well, in our case, we're 3, and everything we make, we reinvest in the band. Of course, we pay our expenses, get to the show and back, all the sudden merch and all that shit. But basically, we reinvest at least 50% of what we make to the band. So more marketing, and I don't know, more reinvest on having merch, like a business. It's a business. You have to, and you have to advertise all the time. You're going to play a show, you have to advertise. You have to be known, and you can't stop until you're really known. And even if you're known, if you're named in the industry, you got to keep on going. And you can see on the big guys, When they doing something, it's advertised all over the place.
So, do you feel it's easier now for advertisement than when it was in the 90s?
Uh, I think, yeah, yeah. It's. I think it probably is cheaper now, but it's so much out there that it's more complicated too. So much. It's like I don't know. Every city on this country that with the 50 states, how many bands do you have? Wow, that's a lot.
I mean, it is. I mean, it is saturated.
Yeah.
The music scene is very saturated. Every week, there's somebody new.
So basically, the bigger pockets have a chance, and not even that. Sometimes the bands have like big pockets, but their music suck, and nobody likes them either. But they're known. I don't know. It's a complicated theme, you know.
Well, like this ties into my next question. If you could change one thing in the music industry, what would it be?
Wow.
Like I know there's several, but I'm gonna give you one.
All right. Well, what I would change.
Working for the Department of Defense, I know a thing or two about being prepared, and that's why I call Car Shield, and you should too.
Oh, I don't know. I see, like the way I see it now, it's like a business, like a store. When you sell something, T-shirts, basically music, it's you sell T-shirts. That's your bread and butter. The music, the band, the image of the band, what people can relate. It's the hook, but basically you will make your money selling merch, T-shirts, clothes. Some bigger bands, they sell whiskey, wine, beer, coffee.
Yeah.
It's a business. It's basically that. Like I don't know, like a food truck or something. So basically, you're a moving food truck. So let's say you're going to, if you're going to be in Tampa that weekend, you're going to be advertising that you're going to be selling food in Tampa. And then the next day in Orlando, and so on and so forth. That's it. It's a business. It's you sell something, you give something like music. And people will pay you back buying your T-shirt, paying for a ticket. I don't know, giving you tips. That's it. It's not like back in the day, and probably could be that you got a record deal, and the record deal basically was a bank. Dude, I think you guys have I like your business. I like your product, your music, your image. We like you. So we're gonna loan you money, and we're gonna supervise how we're gonna spend the money on yourselves. But you're gonna owe us. So we're gonna if your songs suck, we're gonna hire a songwriter for you. And we're gonna have a studio, and we're gonna pay for a producer, and we're gonna put your album out, and we're gonna pay MTV and the radio, and we're gonna put you on tour with Megadeth. You're going on tour with Megadeth in America for 30 days, and then we're gonna put you on tour with Anthrax, or I don't know, Whitney Houston in Europe, and then you're gonna go on tour in Japan. And when you guys come back, if the math and you guys did well, we will see if you guys made any money and if you guys are able to pay us back. And if so, you're a success. If not, you can keep on going to the next album and getting more loans until you become a success or you're broke. That was the model back in the day, and probably that's the model. The model is not changing. The problem is that there's no one that say, okay, we are going to be in charge. We know the business. We have the money. No, that doesn't exist anymore. Now the bands have to see it like a business. All right, we're a band. Maybe we can ask a loan or put our savings and market ourselves, go into a local market to a more, I don't know, a couple states, then grow up there. Maybe we become a national band, or maybe we'll be big in South America, something like that, Europe, something in that.
So going back to what you said before, how do you feel about merch cuts? 'Cause it's
No.
still happening. It's still happening.
No, basically not. No, that's not good. That's basically, it should be illegal. You know, because a promoter probably is paying peanuts to a band or not too much, and you want a part of the venue wants a part of that. When the venue it has a guarantee, the venue has a guarantee. The promoter comes to the venue, how much for having a show here? $2,000 or $3,000. All right, and they have to pay up front. And then on top of that, they want part of the merch of the artist that is playing there.
Yeah, it's still a thing. It still is happening.
No, fuck that. Some bands, you know what they do? Bands that are bigger, of course. They rent a space on some store nearby and they sell the merch there. It's like, fuck you. Come on. It shouldn't be like that. Basically, bands like, for example, bigger bands, or I don't know. For example, when I'm from Chile, South America.
Yeah.
Yngwie Malmsteen came to town. I was in charge of working with them. You know, like be a translator, be in charge of the band, wherever Yngwie needed. They came with suitcase, with T-shirts, posters, stuff like that, and they sold it on the venue when they played, when Yngwie played.
Yeah.
And with that money, they paid for excessive baggage, like when you have, you know, guitars and keyboards, stuff like that. They use that money. It's part of the business plan. So it's not fair, you know. It's like, for example, other bands, when you see Metallica comes to town and they're playing in the stadium, and then you go see the merch, all these people working there and everything, all that money that it's, you know, people are making selling all this merch probably goes to move the band, move the trailer with all the equipment from city to city. You know, probably that money is spent on that. So as a venue owner, you ask for your fee, and then on top of that, you want a piece of that too. Why? Doesn't make any sense. Well, it makes sense. You're
it does
you're
make
a motherfucker, but
yeah, it's stealing.
yeah,
It's stealing.
it's greedy. It's greedy. It's being greedy, dude. No. It's not like back in the day. Back in the day, if an artist was successful and it was selling good, the label will give them advances. Hey, don't worry. We will pay you for your next album. But you have to, you know, the contract. But yeah, we'll give you $1 million or something. Well, the whole band is 3 guys. I don't know, 300,000 each, 100,000 for the band. I don't know. So people can, you know, rely on that and leave comfortable. That's gone. People that are on the road, they're making their money and they're saving every penny because they have to pay for it. They have bills too. And on top, then people say, no, we want that too. Give me that too. Give it to me. It's our why. You know, it's like, I don't know if I play my songs and then you want part of that too. Hey man, I'm performing the songs. I wrote the songs and are under my name, and you want a part of that too? And you're not going to invest anything on me to make it happen? It doesn't make any sense.
So what?
That's the way I see it.
On a different note, what was the best advice you were ever given?
Never surrender.
I prepare the same way for the long haul.
You don't fail until you surrender.
Okay, let's do this now. So,
You cannot be a failure if you don't surrender. If you keep on going and you keep on going and you keep on trying, and you're not a failure. Ask anyone that is successful. Yeah, you can have problems. You can fall off the horse, but you go back and keep on going and keep on going. At some point, you're gonna achieve what you want to do. But how many people? Oh no, surrender. That's it. That's a failure. Never surrender. Never.
Do you do you have any messages for your fans?
Yeah, thank you very much for your support. I appreciate everything you guys do for us. Like when we go to town and play in front of you people, and all the love and buying us T-shirts and CDs, and the songs. That moves me. That's what it makes it all worth it.
So what's your plans for next year?
Let's play as much as possible. Go with different towns and start spreading the Mind of Fury. The music, our band become bigger and bigger as much as we can. Actually, our label, we got signed this year, and our label is working on getting us some festivals, stuff like that. So we are like very enthusiastic about that, playing bigger big gigs.
Have you ever played a festival before?
Yes, twice I played Rocklahoma Festival.
Is the experience? Do you feel it's a different experience than playing a intimate show?
Um,
Like
Oh.
energy wise, like
Energy wise is out of this world. It's when you see that much people, it's incredible. When I don't know, regularly when you play a club or something,
yeah.
when the song is over, like you can hear the people clapping,
Yeah.
but it's not as loud as you are. When you play a festival, it's like, and when it comes back, it's so loud. It's so loud that it's like, wow, you can feel it. It's like electric. It's badass. It's really cool. That's the most, I don't know, incredible feeling. It's loud as hell. As loud as your band. Sometimes even louder. Louder than that.
Yeah, louder than that. So are you still working on new songs for next year?
Yeah. So far I have like 7. So I will write probably. Well, actually, Mickey gave me an idea for one, so I'm gonna complete that, and then a couple more, and then work with the guys. Start working, putting it together. Basically, I have a basic idea of this how the song it is, and put vocals and everything. Basically, I showed them something exciting, so they come on board. So we put it together, and we come with parts for the songs on each instrument, and I don't know. That's how everything takes shape, and then I don't know. Maybe next year we'll have something really good, really nice, like we did before.
So about you would think the next record would be seven songs or more.
10.
10.
Yeah, I always do 10. So, for example, the last, well, the first one, the second, and the last album, all the songs is 30. 30.
Oh, okay.
So the next one is another 10. Maybe if something, well, you never know. Sometimes you have another idea and you feel that it's really, really, really good. You put it in. But it's kind of weird. I think the longest album I did was 14 songs when I was in another band. But basically, and the first one I did with them was 11. The second one was 14. Then when I did my solo thing, I released 2 albums, and both of them had 10 songs. And with Mind of Fear is the same thing. I think with Nick Marino, when I came to the States, I played with Nick Marino. He's the keyboard player for Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yeah.
And I did an album with him, Eternal Fire. I don't recall exactly how many tracks were there. Let me see. But out of those, I wrote with him, and let me see, I think 5 or something. Eternal Fire. So I wrote Eternal Fire, I'm in Your Blood, War, Follow Me, Hold Me Tight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 songs out of 10. I co-wrote with him. Came with a riff or something, and we worked the songs together. He wrote the lyrics. He sang on the album.
So how does that work? Do you get royalties on that
Yeah,
if you're part of a song?
yeah. Basically, on all of those are like 50%.
Oh, okay.
You know.
I never knew how that worked.
Well, it's a mutual agreement. So when you declare to ASCAP or BMI, you put there that he, for example, let's say a song like "I'm in Your Blood," the whole song, the whole idea was mine, but he did the melody or some arrangements, So it probably says 50-50.
Okay.
Okay. But that's a mutual agreement. Sometimes it's 70-30 or whatever the both parts agree to do. And then you go and you put all the information, you upload the song, everything, and you say there, yeah, and you sign the paperwork. But if it's not on TV every day or on the radio, you're basically not making anything.
So pennies on the dollar.
Yeah. For example, I don't know. The other day I was reading what's the name of this guy that he was doing the songs. What's the name? Instead of Michael Jackson Bad, he did Fat.
Oh,
Malkovich or something like that.
no, Weird Al.
Weird Al Jankovic.
Yeah.
So he said had I think 80 million streams on Spotify. He got paid $12.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying before. The music is a hook. He probably made a lot more money selling merch, T-shirts and hats and
Clear point example of just how hard
Weird Al memorabilia or something.
Because when you put that together, stuff happens and that's what shows that.
So it's pretty much everybody has their hands out. So
Yeah, that's the business. That's the business part. And basically, back in the day, that was the business for the labels. Was the tour, was everything. They paid a lot of money to put the bands out, but once a band skyrocket, they recoup all the money, and we're making money of that too.
Yeah.
Band and now that's why labels are not involved anymore, probably. Because there's nowhere the music's not gonna generate anything. People are not buying records like they used to. Now you go to your phone.
You-
And, oh, I
I
wanna
mean,
listen.
you really can't. Majority of the stores are closed.
Yeah, there's no. But you can, for example, you can have a virtual record store that you can go and buy a CD. But nobody has a record player or a CD player like
I do, but
No,
I'm a
I
rare
do.
one.
but it's I don't know. All that shit is gone. It was a place where you gather, you talk to other people, you took albums out, you listen to the songs, and you could talk to people, and then you know what, I'm gonna buy this album. You know that's gone. Probably local shows were promoted on record store. That doesn't exist anymore.
No.
So I don't know. Fans are showing their support by buying the shirts, and if you're really hardcore, yeah, you will probably buy a CD or a vinyl album.
But it probably costs you too much to produce, say, album.
Yeah.
Then
For example, if you want to a vinyl album, I think
Yeah.
the cost is for 100 is $1,300, and it's
Yeah, and and you have to
$13
put
an album. Yeah, we'll have to sell it for 30
yeah.
and make $17.
Yeah, that's what the average is. Around $30 or $40.
Yeah, but I think you have to get to that point. I was thinking maybe we should have like a box set down the road where you have, I don't know, 3 or 4 albums, a booklet with pictures, maybe some guitar picks, and something special for the fans for a price. Limited edition of, I don't know, 200 or 300 boxes.
Yeah, but that's going to still cost you freaking
A lot of money,
a lot of money.
but you have to be popular enough to be okay. Yeah, that shit will sell.
Like I have my own merch and everything else. I have a website and I have a person. You want something, I'll have it made.
Yeah.
But I don't want to sit with boxes and stuff.
No, but if you're a popular band, let's say like Avenged Sevenfold,
Yeah.
and you put out 300 or 200 box sets, autographed and everything, and you sell them for $300, yeah, probably they're gonna sold out and make a lot of cash because they're popular enough that fans are gonna support the idea. Maybe with a special, hey, we're Mind Fury, we love you. I don't know, Scott. Thank you very much for getting this box set. We love you. Bye. You know, on a file or something, on an email, something personal.
Yeah.
But you have to be on a certain level to do that. Probably if we do it now, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to sell that. All of them.
So do you have any shows coming up?
No, we have like some, but they're not 100%.
They're not confirmed yet. So.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we're working on it, but we don't have anything like set in stone yet.
So where can you guys be followed?
We are in Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all the music platforms. We're not in TikTok. We're not there yet, but we're Facebook, Instagram, and Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, whatever you can imagine. Our music is there. And we're in Teespring. You can get all our merch there. If you Google Mind of Fury store, merch store, or Teespring, Tee Spring, Mind of Fury, Teespring, you will find all our merch there. Or on our website, mindoffuryband.com.
So before we close this out, I want to thank you for your time, for coming,
Thank you.
and hopefully next year will be a great year for you guys.
Thank you. Yeah. And thank you for having me and spending all this time with me, trying to, get information about us and what we do and everything. So thank you very much. We really appreciate that. In the name of Mind of Fury.
Thank you and have a great night.
You too. Bye.